After withdrawing $250,000 just this year from prop firm trading, my biggest advice to new traders getting into the space or even experienced traders is to start trading prop firms. After trading for the last 6 years, I can say that prop firms are the biggest opportunity in the trading space right now. That's why I'm creating this video, to show you exactly step by step how to start trading prop firms and explain what they even are. I get bombarded with questions every single day about trading with prop firms, how to get funded, how to get payouts, what are the rules behind the accounts. Some people don't even know how much these accounts cost, so I'm about to break down every bit and piece of the prop firm space so you can have all the knowledge getting into your first funded account. After making over $250,000 just this year from trading prop firms, I can confidently say that this is the biggest opportunity in the space right now. So get a pen and paper, take some notes, and let's get right into this video. Typically, how most of these prop firms work is you have to start off by purchasing an evaluation account. Throughout this entire video, you're going to hear me use the word evaluation or use the word combine, and they mean the exact same thing. They just are called different things on different firms. An evaluation account is basically exactly what it says. And whenever you purchase a funded account, you have to pass that evaluation first before you can get funded. So just to summarize it, once you buy the evaluation and pass it, you can get funded and start going from there. Now, just some key notes to take away before we get started into the details. Most firms allow you to take profits 90-10. So typically, if I make $10,000, I get $9,000, the firm gets $1,000. Another question I get asked is people ask, if you lose in a trade, does the firm take the loss or do you take the loss? So for an example, if I took a $5,000 loss inside of my funded account, would I have to pay the $5,000 or does the firm take the hit? And the answer is the firm takes the hit. You do not lose any money other than what you put in to actually buy the funded account. Something about prop firms as well is the risk compared to the potential reward seems way too good to be true. But again, the amount of payouts I've gotten from all these different firms that I've traded from, I'm telling you, it is not too good to be true. The too good to be true part is going to be the getting rich quick overnight. That is going to be the part that is not possible. The ability to long and short whenever you're trading these prop firms are way too easy, but I'm telling you, it can turn into a casino so fast. So let's talk about the process. I'm going to make it real simple for y'all. There are 3 different types of funded accounts. You have an evaluation account, a funded account, and a live account. Whenever you trade an evaluation account, you're trading sim, which means you're trading paper money. If you still don't know what that means, it means you're not using real money at all. It's basically just a simulation of trading. It's still going to show you the same levels, the chart of the futures contract, all these good things, but you're not going to be using real money. So once you do pass the evaluation phase and show you can use fake money to make money in the market and pass your account with all of the rules, you're then going to be moved to a funded account. Now, people think a funded account means that you're just getting all this money and you can trade it all and it's not a problem. But let me tell you, that's the part that's too good to be true. That's not how a funded account works. 95% of traders that are trading prop firms are trading on the funded version of the account, which is still going to be simulation. Now, some of you might be saying, how do you make money if it's simulation? That doesn't really make sense. But let me give you an example. If I make $10,000 right now on a funded account, and let's say I take a payout of $5,000 out of that account, that is actually coming out of the firm's pocket, not an actual market's pocket. The goal of these prop firms is to basically let all these traders treat it like a casino, and they end up losing, blowing all their money. Even when they are up $5,000 or $10,000, they still lose their accounts, and the prop firms still make money at the end of the day. That is why 95% of traders go to the funded account and usually just stay there. Now, in this video, I'm not going to get into the live account phase. Live accounts are a whole different ballgame. I typically don't trade live accounts. I stick to the fundeds. One of my goals right now is to take enough payouts to become a live funded trader with Top Step. But for now, that's going to be a lot more information. Let's just keep it simple. Go to the evaluation in the funded phase, because until you can actually start getting 5 or 6 payouts in a row, you probably shouldn't be thinking about going live. So just to sum it up, evaluation and funded accounts are still both simulation, but once you pass the evaluation account and pay your activation fee, your funded account is going to be activated and you now can trade on it, and it's still simulation, but you can still get payouts out of the prop firm's money. Let's talk about purchasing a combine or an evaluation, whatever you want to call it. In this example, I'm going to be using a Lucid test account. A Lucid test account is just an evaluation on lucidtrading.com. Lucid Trading is probably one of the cheapest prop firms out there if you're trying to get in the space and trade evaluations. They also have a straight to funded feature, but I don't like the consistency rule there. And if you don't know what that is, we're going to get into that and you're going to learn more about it. But for the time being, we're going to use a Lucid test account or Lucid combine or Lucid evaluation, whatever you want to call it, as the example in this method. Your goal is to turn this Lucid test account or this evaluation into a Lucid Pro account, which is a Lucid funded account. Right now, you can see this is a $50,000 funded account, and the one-time fee says $155 and it's marked out. The reason it's marked out is because right now you can use code CHAMP at checkout at lucidtrading.com and get 40% off your evaluation accounts. My code also works for direct to funded accounts. It's less percent off, but I just don't like the direct to funded accounts, again, because of the consistency rule. So once you buy the evaluation account, you are given a brand new sim account with a $50,000 balance. According to this section here, your profit target is going to be $3,000 while your max loss limit is $2,000. So you were trying to make $3,000 on the account in profit before you get down $2,000 or more. If you ever go down $2,000 or more from your initial balance, you're going to lose the entire account and have to reset it. Now, the reset fee on Lucid is going to be $90, but on other prop firms, it does vary. It just depends on what prop firm you use. Now, the good thing about this challenge is there's no consistency rule, which means that you can actually pass it in one day. It's really all up to you on how aggressive you want to be in your trading game. So let's just go over this real quick. One-time fee is $155 with 40% off, so you're actually under $100. Your reset fee is going to be $90 if you do blow the account. Profit target $3K, max loss limit $2K. Now this says drawdown type. Some of you might not understand, but I'll explain it real quick. Now there are two different type of drawdown types. There's end of day drawdown, which is what this $50K account is, and there's also trailing drawdown. I'm going to get more into that later in this video. You can actually skip if you want to see it, but I am going to get into what drawdown types are and how they work. You're also going to get a daily loss limit of $1,200, which means you can't ever go under $1,200 in a single day. If you do, you don't lose your entire account and have to reset it, but you do get locked out of your trading account for that session. And last but not least, max position size is 4 minis, which is also 40 micros. For example, 4 minis and 40 micros are the exact same thing. One just offers the ability to scale, while the other one is a much smaller scale. If a mini is $100, a micro would be $10. And of course, you can pass in one day, which 90% of prop firms do not even offer. Once you pass your account, congratulations, you are funded. Passing the evaluation means that you will now start on a brand new funded account. If you are wanting to withdraw profits, you have to follow the prop firm's funded account rules now instead of the combine. So your rules that you use in the evaluation phase do not roll over to your funded account. You're going to have a consistency rule, which means you cannot make more than 35% of your total profits in one day. You're also going to have a max loss limit and a daily loss limit. A max loss limit, for example, would be $2,000. If you go below $2,000 on your funded account, you're going to blow the account and have to buy a new evaluation and restart from the beginning. A daily loss limit, or a DLL, doesn't mean that you have to remove the account completely, but you will be locked out of it for that trading day until the next trading session. Now, most prop firms are 90-10 profit split, but the good thing about Lucid is your first $10,000 made off of the prop firm's funded, you don't have to pay any split. It's 100% to the user. And again, the max position size in a 50K is going to be 4 minis or 40 macros. Let's talk about what is a consistency rule. A Lucid Pro account has a consistency rule of 35%. This means that one single day's profit cannot be over 35% of the total account profit. Let's give you an example. Let's say you were trading a $50,000 funded account on Lucid. Your largest single day profit is $1,000 and your total account profit is $4,000. You have to apply this formula. You're going to divide your single day profit by your total account profit, and whatever number you get, for example here is 0.25, that is going to be your consistency percentage. In this example here, since 25% is below the 35% requirement for Lucid Pro, you now meet the consistency standard. Now, if your percentage had been higher than 35%, you would need to continue trading to reduce the impact of the largest day. I get asked a lot, champ, if I go over the consistency rule, am I going to lose my account? And guys, it's just not how it works. You're not going to lose your account because you go over that consistency rule. You're only going to lose your account if you go below the max loss limit that you have on that account. The worst case scenario is you have a big day, you go over your rule, and now you have to make more money if you want to get a payout of a higher number. So go ahead and write this formula down. It makes you understand real easily about the consistency rule and what your consistency is on that set account. Now, let's talk about different types of drawdown. There is two types of drawdown on these prop firms. We have intraday drawdown, which is bad, and end of day drawdown, which is good. So when I see intraday drawdown, I typically stay away. Let me give you an example of what intraday drawdown is. Let's say you start with $50,000 in your funded account and your trailing drawdown is $2,000. If at one point during the day you're up $1,000 in profit, your trailing drawdown has now risen to $49,000, even if you go back to break-even balance on the day at 50K. So if you go make $1,000 at lunch and lose it all by the end of the day, your drawdown is still going to go up off that $1,000 you had in the first place. So even though you're back at 50K at break-even, your trailing drawdown is now up $1,000 from where it was at. Now, my favorite kind of drawdown is end of day drawdown. It means you start with 50K and your trailing drawdown is 2K. If at one point during the day you're up $1,000, but then by market close you've lost half of those profits, which is $500, that's going to put your account balance at $50,500 in the day, but your drawdown is going to be at $48,500 instead of $49,000. In both of these scenarios, you were still up $1,000 at one point, but since we're doing end of day drawdown, it only goes by what your account balance is at by the end of the day. Intraday drawdown is going to go by your live account balance. Here's a little example over here on the left left-hand side, you can see the open and the close. On an intraday drawdown, you can see even though the account goes up to 51K, but goes back down to 50K, the drawdown trails up but never goes back down like it does here. This is a no-no. We do not want to use the intraday drawdown. Let's talk about minimal trading days that you need to be able to take payouts. So typically, these are the two most common payout rules when it comes to these prop firms. For example, most prop firms will offer you a payout after you have 5, 6, or 7 winning days. But on the other hand, you have some that only allow you to pay out 1 day a week. It's a payout period. For LucidTrading.com, the one that I use is the 5-day rule, which means before taking your first payout, you need to have at least 5 green days of $100 or more on the 50K Lucid Pro funded account. After you get that first payout, you still need to make sure that between each of your payout, you still have 5 green days of $100 or more before you're able to qualify for the next one. So if I take a payout of $2,000 tomorrow, I cannot take another payout on Monday. That's impossible. You have to have 5 trading days minimum between each payout, and they have to be green. Now, you can have 7 trading days between them, 5 green, 2 red. They don't have to be consistent, but you just have to have 5 total trading days in between each payout that are green. Let's talk about what's not allowed. And this is the not fun part, but it's part of this trading game, is number 1, you cannot have one account going long and one account going short. That is not allowed by any means. Number 2 is whenever you're on the website, you can't just keep spamming buy and sell to manipulate price and try to make some money that way. It takes no skill. These prop firms want to make sure you're making money off of real trades, not just guessing. Now, a lot of prop firms won't let you trade news, won't let you trade certain events that are happening in the market. But if we go over here and click on the rules for Lucid, we're going to be able to see that Lucid actually has pretty nice rules. I'm going to remove my video for 1 second, but you can go ahead and look over these. You actually are allowed to trade news on the LucidTrading.com website. Traders may enter or exit positions around scheduled or unscheduled news events, but it does let you know that news-driven markets are highly volatile and may involve slippage or velocity logic triggers. Sudden price movements during news events may result in slippage, influencing trade execution at unexpected prices, or triggering unique order behaviors due to velocity logic mechanisms. That's probably gibberish to a lot of you, but basically, your fills are not going to be that great if you're trading very volatile news. It's just how all trading is going to be. They also allow you to dollar cost average into trades, and they also allow you to scalp trades. All these things is okay. Some firms don't allow you to flip positions really fast and try to make money on the opposite side. This firm does. So all in all, I actually really do like the rules of Lucid, and this is another reason why I've been going here primarily over any other firm. Let's talk about prop firms versus trading your own live personal account. Could you go put 30K into a live account, trade it yourself, have all the risk in the world? Yes, you definitely could. And the good thing about that is you could avoid all the rules. You can literally do whatever you want. But in my opinion, before I get into this slide, I really think that the rules help you more than they hurt you. Now, your strategy on your personal account is probably going to be different than your prop firm account, and that's okay. But for me, I use the same strategy no matter what on prop firms or personal, especially if I'm trading on a funded account. Now, if I'm trading combines, sometimes a little more riskier just so I can pass the combine and get it over with. But typically, regardless if I'm on a prop firm or a personal account, using my same strategy. Let me give you an example here of why I enjoy prop firms more than personal accounts. On a prop firm, you can pay less than $100 for a $2,000 account relatively. Think about it this way. If you have a $50,000 funded account for less than $100, you typically only have what's in drawdown. You don't have 50K. So if you have a $2,000 drawdown, you're basically paying $100 for a $2,000 account. The most money you can lose is the eval cost, the money you spent on the evaluation. Now, with a personal account, you can deposit $2,000 into your account or even more. And the most you can lose is every bit of it that you put in the account. And sometimes, if you're really lucky, you can lose even more. Prop firms are going to be less pressure. It's easier to size into trades when it is not your own money being risked into the market. And I love that there's so much leverage. I can pay $100 to use a 50K account with $2,000 in max drawdown. Way better than a $100 account with a $100 max drawdown on my own account. I choose to trade with prop firms instead of my own capital because I do not want to lose sleep worrying about big drawdowns or blowing my personal account and funds. With prop firms, the only real money I actually risk is the evaluation fee, yet I still get access to large amounts of trading capital and the opportunity to take meaningful payouts. It actually helps me stay disciplined, knowing the firm's rules keep me structured while also giving me peace of mind that my personal finances are safe no matter what happens in the market. There is so much money to be made in these prop firms, but also so much money to lose if you are not smart. Let's talk about the cons of prop firms. Most of the prop firms are still simulated accounts. It's not true live capital. Execution and fills can be unrealistic compared to real brokers due to slippage and weird fills. Funded accounts have really strict rules: daily loss limits, max loss limits, news trading bans, consistency percentage, all of that. Even if you have a strategy that works long term, these rules can still crush you. Again, like I said before, the payouts come from the firm's revenue, not always the market, meaning possible delays or payout caps. For example, on Lucid, depending on what account you have, there is a cap on your payout for each 5 trading days. Let's say my payout cap is $3,000. That means whenever I hit my profit target, no matter what it is, I cannot withdraw anything more than that $3K. Once I go 5 trading days with $100 or more, I can then withdraw more money. Another con is that you don't own the account. It is basically rented capital, and one violation can shut it down instantly. Also, scaling is limited. You're stuck with the firm's max capital programs. You can't go get a $600,000 funded account whenever the firm only allows $150K to be the top one. And last but not least, there's no ability to use your account however you want. Most firms don't allow you to long-term invest or swing trade or any of that stuff. It's pretty restricted on those ends. So again, there's so much money to be made here. There's a ton of money to be made in these prop firms, but you can also lose so much money if you don't take into account all of these cons that I just listed for you here on the screen. Let's talk about the prop firms that I use. I primarily use 2 prop firms right now. Number one is going to be LUCIDTrading.com. Again, you can use code CHAMP at checkout for a discount on any evaluation or direct to funded accounts on Lucid, link in the description. I have started using Lucid as my number one prop firm in the space due to this being extremely affordable, fair consistency rules, and the ability to use the Project X platform. You guys have probably seen videos like this right here of me live trading where I have the take profit up here, the entry here, and I can move the stop loss and take profit back and forth. That is going to be the Project X platform that I'm talking about. Now, there are many prop firms out there to choose from, but what I love about Lucid the most is because they have the least amount of trading rules, no activation fee, and there's great discounts for their users to grab accounts as soon as possible. Now, for firms like TopStep is probably the most trusted firm in the prop space. I enjoy TopStep because it's very similar to Lucid. It's really affordable and also uses the Project X platform. Now, let's talk about what I love the most about TopStep is there's no consistency rule on the account. So you can go make $5,000 today and then make, let's say, that $200 a day for 5 trading days, and you can withdraw that 5K or at least half of it at that time. But what I don't like about TopStep is you pay $50 for a 50K account, which is less than Lucid, but you have to pay a $150 activation fee once you pass the account. So all in all, you actually doubled the money from Lucid. So Lucid's about $100 all in. TopStep's about $200 plus. What I also like about these firms is you can copy trade accounts. You might be asking, what is copy trading? Copy trading is when you have multiple accounts and you have a leader account that has all the trades going through there, while the follower accounts are replicating every move that the leader account is doing. For example, if I have 3 $50,000 accounts, account 1, account 2, and account 3, I can make account 1 my leader account and trade on that account, while accounts 2 and 3 are the follower accounts of account 1, and they will copy every trade I take. So when I have a $500 day in the market, it's actually a $1,500 day. This is actually what my copy trader looks like. So you guys can see I'm on the Project X platform. I'm on my 3 Lucid accounts. I have 3 of them up here. They're all combines. I'm up $1,600 per account here. You can go over to the settings tab and go to copy trading. When you go to copy trading, you can actually click your follower or your leader account, and you can make the other accounts follow that leader account so they can all copy your exact trade from start to finish. Now, let's talk about payouts. Depending on the firm you use, everyone's going to have different payouts when it comes to the policies. Here's an example of Lucid's payout structure. So if you have a 50K account, we're going to keep using this example. Your first and second payout can be $1,500. Your third and fourth payout can be $2,000, and your fifth and sixth payout can be $2,500. Now, you might be thinking, that's not a ton of money, champ. Like, how am I going to change my life with $1,500 on only 2 payouts? Guys, think about it. If you have multiple accounts trading, it's not just $1,500. It's $1,500 multiplied by the accounts you're trading it on. And once you get through 6 payouts, if you're that good and you get those 6 payouts, they'll move you to live and you won't have those same kind of rules. You will have access to 100% of the first 10K paid out from Lucid as well, which is pretty cool. And then after that, it'll be a 90-10 profit split. Now, let's talk about billing. Most prop firms require you to pay a monthly fee for evaluation accounts. For example, if I purchase a 50K account on TopStep for $49 a month, I am required to pay that every month until I pass the evaluation, or if I need to reset it earlier due to a breach of a loss limit. Most prop firms also require you to pay an activation fee once you pass. Another example here, TopStep, like I said earlier, requires you to activate your funded account once you pass the evaluation for $150. The good thing is, though, is LucidTrading.com, use code CHAMP, does not require any of these. Lucid's prop firm does not require an activation fee or a monthly payment. You have a one-time fee and a reset fee if you lose the account. Now, this is a big one. Everybody's always asking me, Champ, how do I do taxes when it comes to trading? Before I get into this, number one, before you worry about your taxes, let's actually become profitable first. Start making some money. So many people are worried about all this extra stupid stuff when in reality, until you're actually profitable, it doesn't matter. Legally, I cannot give any kind of tax advice. I'm not a tax person, but here's what I do know. The prop firms that I've used have always claimed me as a sole proprietor, so they send me a 1099 and do not claim me as any type of employee. You are in charge of paying your taxes on your trading profits. If you'd like to get an LLC to back this up, you definitely can, but I don't recommend it unless you're actually trading a live funded account. And when I say live, I mean your actual live account, like your own personal live account that's making you profit over a long period of time. Let's talk about the truth of all these prop firms, guys. Regardless of how good you are at trading, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you do not put the numbers together to determine your risk, your reward, and your goals with each prop firm and account, you will get rinsed. You must treat prop firms like you're running a business. You have expenses, you have data, and you have goals that you have to hit to scale larger. You're going to have losing days, you're going to have losing weeks, you're going to have losing months, but it's all about survival with these funded accounts. As long as you don't go over leverage yourself and go buy the max position size on NQ or ES and crush your account, then you're going to be okay. As long as you just be careful and be patient, you're going to be fine. Now, for someone who's been trading for over 6 years now, I'm going to tell you exactly what to avoid. Number one is going to be over leveraging. You're trying to hit these profit targets too quick by using oversized positions. Just because the prop firm says you can trade 4 NQ does not mean you should go ever trade 4 NQ. Think about it. The firms do this on purpose so they can make more money at the end of the day. They want you to over leverage. They want you to oversize so you can blow your account and pay them more money. You got to stop forgetting the rules. You have to pay attention to your DLL, your MLL, your consistency percentage, or any kind of news restrictions you have on the account. You don't want to catch yourself trading some news you don't know about, and your prop firm doesn't even allow that. Next is going to be trading emotionally. That is a huge one for me that you cannot let happen with these funded accounts. Revenge trading after a loss or over trading because you're close to your profit target is exactly what blows funded accounts every single day. Someone's like $200 away from passing their combine or evaluation, and they just have to get it so bad they double down the next trade and they lose their entire account. You also cannot ignore drawdown mechanics. You have to understand intraday drawdown versus end of day drawdown. I see it all the time. People constantly breach their accounts because they don't realize these things. Another big problem I see people doing is they're chasing payouts. They're focused on making a really fast withdrawal, trying to max out their account and have their best payout ever the first week of them trading, when in reality, that does not work over a long period of time. I speak it every day into existence. We want consistent results over a long period of time to compound the gains so we can take payouts and make it make sense. Because let me tell you, chasing payouts does not make sense. It might in the moment once or twice when it works, but the 9 or 10 times out of 12 times that it doesn't work, you're going to crush your account. Whenever you are trading these props, you have to have a risk plan. You must enter trades with clear stop losses and not risk the entire account with just one bad setup. Your losses cannot outweigh your wins. You can't be having $300, $400, $500 loss days and only winning on $100 or $200 days. Something else you got to avoid is not adapting to the firm's rules. Your strategy might work on your live broker or your options account or your stock account, whatever it is, but if it doesn't adapt with the firm's rules, who cares? You can have the number one strategy in the world, but if you hit your max loss limit every time you trade it, then it's not going to work. And last but not least, this is a big one. Failure to scale properly. Most of you are passing a challenge once or twice, but blowing the funded accounts by repeating the same aggressive approach. You don't have a system. You don't have a strategy. You have no overall trading plan that you know is going to work over a long period of time. I also want to put it out there that people always ask me, Champ, whenever I'm trading on these prop firms, when I'm trading on any of these Project X accounts, why can I not find SPY or QQQ or IWM? Because typically, if you're watching me trade, I'm always watching the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. But hear me out. SPY and QQQ are not necessarily on the futures platform, but they are. If you go over to your Project X platform, there are two symbols that I trade. That is going to be ES or that is going to be NQ. You can see that ES is the S&P 500. ES is SPY. It's the exact same thing. And if you want to trade the micro version, which is what I really highly suggest, it is the MES, which is the micro S&P. 10 MES equals 1 ES. You get the point. Now, if you want to trade tech, NASDAQ, QQQ, you trade NQ. It's the exact same thing. And if you want to trade the micro version, you go MNQ so you can size a little more into trades and size out of trades and be fine with it. Now that I've went over all of the details step by step on how to get started trading prop firms, most people that are getting started need a community around around them to help them out, answer their questions, and build themselves around so they can learn every single day. Now, I have a community of over 64,000 like-minded individuals in my Discord. Inside of this Discord, I'm live trading every morning. I'm going over my top watches. I'm talking to the chat. We're all communicating, all taking trades. It is a great atmosphere to be in if you're wanting to get into this trading space and start learning prop firms. We also don't only trade prop firms and futures. We also trade options, we trade stocks, trade everything, but primarily we are trying to stick to the prop firm space. I went ahead and added a testimonial here from one of our members that pay the VIP, and if you also want to join the free trading community, I'm live there every single morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, hosting my free morning call. I go over my levels for the day, I go over all of my top watches in the market, and I tell you my entire bias and game plan going into that trading day so you can have some knowledge and be ready for the next trade. I'm also live trading, sharing my screen, showing you every entry, every trade that I take in real time so you can watch me either lose or make money. We're actually up right under $41,000 on the month of September so far. It's almost over, but we've had a great trading month and everything is documented live for you in real time. So come check it out. Link in the description below. And again, if you want to buy an evaluation account or a straight to funded account, go to lucidtrading.com and use code CHAMP at checkout for a discount code. If you want to watch me actually walk through purchasing an account, showing you the details and how it all works, comment below and like this video to let me know. And if you have any feedback or any questions or anything like that, I would love to answer it. Just ask in the comments so I can get back to you. I do plan to read all of my comments, so I would love for you to do that. Last but not least, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow me on all social medias at The Trading Champ. And hopefully I will see all of y'all in tomorrow morning's 9 a.m. morning call for absolutely free. Link in the description. See you all there.